Everybody, clap, 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 clap your hands. It's time for some mapping videos. Anyways, let's start with religion layer. I updated it. Crazy. So let's start from over here. We have, our two kind of religions here. That's basically normal. We have the brown religion here, which is kind of being invaded by like the cyan religion. They're basically, because they're the more kind of powerful country, they're kind of taking over some of the areas, influencing them. The yellow team's got their own good thing. We have the dark teal team, which like it's kind of getting actually a bit ethnic groups. Like there's waves of ethnic groups that are kind of moving in. So there's a little bit of brown there, some yellow there, and yellow there. Red here, and then a little bit of cyan here. So they're kind of like interchanging at these mixing points. And, we got the rose team and red team influence here, kind of trickling down. We got new purple religion, which I added, which is basically just a mix, or I'll call it violet. New violet religion was a mix of the blue and red. Like I just did the exact like average color of the two colors to make it average, because this is basically a science themed religion because it's a mix of the red and blue religions. So yeah, it's basically a very mixed religion. And I realized I keep on saying religions. These are ethnic groups, not religions. These are like ethnic culture. I'll tell them culture. And then we have here we have the orange, culture. Then we have the whole kind of tree of cultures that we talked about before: blue, dark blue, purple, lavender, dark purple, all that. Anyways, now we also have this is religion. We have like the religion, orange religion here, blue religion here, red religion here, dark red, and then we have a little bit of cyan red intermixing with the two tribal religion here, with the yellow religion doing fairly well over here, having some new groups. And if we could also make this layer a bit opaque so we can kind of see them overlaid with each other, so we can kind of see like where they overlap. You can kind of see it faded. You can see a lot of these areas do kind of overlap correctly like this, because that's just how they naturally overlap. A lot of cultures and religions are similar. There's more cultures than there are religions, but you can see the border here and the pink team. The pink team is very split religiously and ethnically, like culturally. They're both kind of split both ways. We also have the kind of hook here that's been forming. Like the west has been different than the east, and actually in the religion and ethnic group, they're both different ones, so they're kind of splitting each other there. Of course, we got we got the cyan team, we got this dark red religion, and then we're going over here. You can kind of see it kind of like fading in the red team and the yellow team and all that. It's actually kind of interesting to have them overlaid to kind of see it this way. I think it was a good idea to show it that way. Anyways, let's get off both these layers and let's get back to the default layer, because that's where stuff goes on. I don't want to know what body animation is like. So of course we got a trade routes, which I had off, but now we have more trade routes. And if we kind of isolate these, we can kind of see we have not many trade routes actually this time, but a trade route connecting here and here, trade route connecting over here, and a trade route connecting over here. So now looking at this with all trade routes, we have gold team to brown team, yellow team to dark teal team, and then like here and here. So you can go all the way from the yellow team to the rose team right now, because the rose team is still not connected to here. They were, or not really were, but pending war, never heard of it. Anyways, yeah, so let's merge these layers so they can have merged. They're almost there, connected. Anyways, we have new religion, because I'm going to be using the religion layer more, because I want to use the religion layer more. So in the dark blue team, it's not a branch of blue, but I'm just starting with that, I guess. We have like a kind of purple religion here, starting specifically in like this part of the dark blue team, and it does a bit well here, but there's this one specific guy that, like, let me highlight this. Go, how about Nope, redo. I go like this, and then go like that. Oh wait, no. And the secondary color, we make it like this. There we go. So we have this like one guy that goes from here, down here, through here, goes here, then decides to go down here, then around here, down here, into here, down like all this trade route, down here, through here. Like, this is one guy, by the way. Down here, down here, even through here before the trade route gets connected, and then into the capital city here, and then past it to this city. And he basically, after all this, look at this course. Look at like this, how long this kind of went on. Look at that trail. Like, back then, that's impressive for one person. And this is like years and years. This has been kind of, this is like not all at once, of course. But this guy basically, in the city that used to be their capital, or actually, you know, let's just say this city, they basically set up a new kind of religious camp here that basically spreads really quickly throughout the surrounding area, surrounding to this city, spreading out here and like up to here. Just somehow this religion is really popular with these people because it kind of shares some of their ideas, but like improves in them in a way. And it spreads surprisingly quickly. Yeah, it's like localized religion. It's not like the whole country, but like there's a surprisingly big pocket of like the religion here, even spreading to like some cities like over here and over here. It's weird how it kind of spreads, but it does spread. So yeah, we got a new kind of religion spreading here, which actually wasn't created here. It was created all the way in the dark blue team. The dark blue team is kind of, I mean, doing a bit. There's like a, you know, city here that gets, you know, a decent bit of it. But it's really only like this small kind of pocket here that keeps the religion. So somehow it's doing better in like the second countries over here than it is kind of doing in the main country it was founded in. But yeah, we got a new purple religion. Right now it's a minor religion, but it might become more major in the future. What? Spoil it? I mean, foreshadowing? What? We can also kind of just decrease the transparency. You can kind of see the overlays here. Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. I mean, like, I guess. Anyways, with that happening, more religious stuff, you know. Now let's go to alliances rather than religion all day. We have alliances here, and we start with, well, a new member added to the Square Alliance. This one, you could say it's shocking, but like this, you know, this alliance. Oh, computer. If you don't remember this in Paint.net, that's because it's not in Paint.net. I kind of forgot to tell you guys. I installed mods for Paint.net, like literally mods. I showed them off on the live stream, on a live stream I was doing. I'm not gonna explain them now because that feels a bit, you know, I kind of have. But yeah, I have mods, just so you know. They might appear more in the future. But anyways, the kind of what is happening is kind of like an. They're over here, mainly, well, these three countries, yeah, these three countries all joined because, well, yeah, these three countries all joined because they hate the dark blue team, like hate them, because the dark blue team gained the triangle alliance. The orange team just kind of joined because, well, they felt like it. They wanted a bit more power. And then we had the Rose team and joined because they hate the Golden Union, and the white, like light pale blue team joined because they like the Rose team and thus hate the Golden Union. And then for the opposite side, well, they're just kind of best buds. And the dark blue team being added was a bit of a surprise, to be honest. But they're kind of like, you know, doing pretty chill. So right now the Square Alliance is bigger, but you know, the Triangle Alliance has literally the strongest nation on the planet right now. The second strongest, well, it's actually probably first is Golden Union, the second is the Golden Empire, which is kind of funny that both the two strongest ones are like Union, Empire, all that. But like Anyways, with the, we have the Golden Union, Golden Empire. Their strongest nation, actually pretty hard to say, but I might actually say the purple team. It's like a wide drop-off between the Golden Empire and the purple team. There's a big drop-off. But I think it would be purple team, then blue team, then rose team, like, would be, third, fourth, and fifth. Just, I might do a more in-depth ranking later if I feel like it, but not quite yet. Anyways, we have all that happening. And, Mario! Anyways, we have some of these, ethnic nations. I don't know, I'm going like French. The ethnic nations over here expanding, mostly coastal, because someone might want to like make some more coastal trade routes, and I think if they're controlled more and built by the infrastructure, that will do better with them like being maintained. Who is this? I don't know. Have we ever talked about them before? Probably not. This is called joking. Anyways, joking like the Joker. But yeah, we have the yellow and brown teams kind of expanding. Yeah, because, well, they want to and need to. And the Golden Empire is like, really wants to make this trade route, complete it, because they really want to trade more. So they basically speedrun this trade route. Like, yeah, I had this prepared also. Speedrun this trade route. It finally gets built. Like, well, actually, I would say halfway through. Yeah, no, we're about halfway through, I'd say, the episode. Maybe a bit farther than halfway through. It depends. You'll know when the episode's posted. But yeah, they basically speedrun this. Now, technically, there's not a trade route from here to here, but that doesn't matter. They can export, period, so they export a bunch from the cities to the rose teams, where the rose team's getting a lot. The Golden Union is gaining some because, well, let's just say they definitely have some illegal smugglers that are smuggling things across the border because it's just too lucrative not to, because there's a bunch of goods that are wanted. They want a bunch of goods here, and they have the goods over here. It's just basic supply and demand. Demand is high, but supply is low. Supply is low because it's being cut off here, because the Rose team does not want to share their trading spoils, and bypassing them would be a lot harder. So yeah, basically the Rose team is taking a stranglehold on this new trade route. They're actually allowing some trade through, like a bit of trade through, but like at high, like kind of taxes, like really high taxes to kind of let them through. Not taxes, I mean, I guess. Or you just kind of go in and out, like, yeah, good tax. Like, when you're leaving the country, you have to pay a lot of money. Coming in the country, you have to pay a lot of money. It's like, actually, no, exports are more like tariffs. Yeah, will that be tariffs? No, the tariffs are usually on imports. It doesn't matter. They're like, exports, they're, making them pay a lot of money. So they don't have many exports, but they do have some exports. But yeah. Anyways, we have all that happening. Now, why is that? There we go. I don't know what that was. If we look at this map, and then we look at this map, and then turn down the opacity, we see there's kind of a block of people here, which basically, well, don't want to, like, they're a different ethnic group. They're the dark blue team ethnic group. And they kind of, specifically in the city, there's this city, which they're kind of less rebellious. Partially because they've gotten implemented into the trade route, so they've kind of gotten more used to the other countries. But they're kind of like, do we really want this? Like, no, I think we want to be a bit more autonomous, basically. They want to become their own kind of autonomous area. So, with support of the, purple team, partially begrudgingly, they are allowed to kind of make their own autonomous region, with this area kind of being their boundary. So, basically, let's, well, first make this less opaque, and then turn this off. So basically, they have this area as their kind of like boundary area, allowing them to have just a whole area to themselves. Good for them. Okay, yeah, so there's its own autonomous area because, well, we've seen autonomous areas. The first one, well, technically, this is not the second one, but the first one over here was the pink team, which was actually a pretty big autonomous area. So we had this very small autonomous area, but not insignificant. It's showing kind of cracks in the purple team, the third strongest nation that we established, but like by wide margin. Like the second strongest nation, Golden Empire, is like at least like twice, if not 3 times as strong as the purple team. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not 3 times. We'll say twice. If we look at them size comparison, let's do a little size comparison. Purple team is 3503 and Golden Empire is 7181. So they're like twice the size also, but you know, size isn't the main measurement. Also, I don't know if I told you guys this, we have the Golden Union at 11,836. It was actually last episode. I don't know if I told you guys this. But technically they are now the biggest nation that's ever been. Like, they're bigger than the dark blue team was. They're bigger than the dark blue team ever was. So, when they had like their massive empire and control of everything. So the Golden Empire now takes place as the biggest, or not Golden Empire, Golden Union takes place as the biggest country ever. It's not even an empire, it's a union. Although it does have some vampiric tendencies. No, it's sucking my blood. Vampiric tendencies. Yeah. Anyways, suck your blood. Well, we have some small things like a couple more trade routes. These ones I did not prepare, but the yellow team, because they have multiple cities now, because I gave them another city, they're gonna officially connect up their 2 cities with the trade route. Is it a substantial trade route? No, it's actually very insignificant trade route. We also got a new trade route from the blue team, emanating through here, going into the cyan team, and then kind of going through here into this major dark blue team city. So yeah, we kind of got all routes circulating, because they are. And also a new boat route. No, they do not walk on water. They are not multiple Jesus. They have a new boat route, shipping route from here to here, so they can kind of, you know, trade better. And also a new trade route connecting this city over here to the rest of the gold team, because they kind of have their area over here just kind of chilling, I guess. Anyways, yeah, no, so looking at even more of this, you know, I need to revamp my stability layer. Like, we look at a lot of this, if anything, this area, if we literally just overlay both this and this at the same time, just kind of both overlay them, we can kind of see the green teams here. You can kind of see the different gradients, but like actually this doesn't help that much. Let's actually you know, first, whoops, let's first boom and then boom. Okay, so we kind of see that, like, this area, you can kind of see right here we have like a blob there. This area is basically a completely different, like, religion from the rest of the Golden Union, but still part of the same area. And that's kind of be creating, like, some interesting, like, you know, tendencies that are kind of like maybe wanting to kind of become more autonomous, not maybe quite break away, but like kind of be more autonomous because they have their blue religion. Yeah. Yeah, no, okay, there we go. Don't mind me. Anyways, they become more autonomous. It's like, are they wanting to become more autonomous? They're not quite yet. They're not like what the purple team did. They wanting to become more autonomous because they kind of had this minority of, well, yeah, minority in their country as a religion, but not quite. Also, just the fact that they're not as, like, even, you know, these two other cities aren't as really appreciated as, like, the main cities, because they're kind of thought of like, oh, that's the other place, the other continent, why do they care as much? So they're not giving as much funding. Potential breakaway? Never heard of it. Anyways, we have all that happening, and well, I think this is a good episode, and as they say, or as I say, goodbye. Goodbye, Miss Cabbages. Wahaha, hey ha ha.